10-year lease with an option for 10 more years after that. So they committed to us, we committed to them. It's going to be a good revenue source for us to help maintain and pay off the pier. So from the town side, we're very happy about that. And we're very happy that they're going to bring in tourists, not only from New York City, but from around the world. People that go on these cruises aren't just from New York City, they're coming in from other states and other parts of the world. And they're going to be docking here in the hamlet of Milton in the town of Marlborough. And over the years, I know Eric, talking to Eric, he's going to have excursions that could be local. It's going to help our local citizens out. And I think it's an awesome event and an awesome thing that we're going to have for the town of Marlborough. And I wanted to bring everybody up here that was involved in this. Again, I'm just taking on this project after the fact, but our previous board members and Supervisor Lanzetta, Howard Baker, and Alan Koenig, and of course Gail Appler Jr. were a major part of this happening. And I wouldn't have it any other way than not having them here, because if they didn't have the initiative to start this, this wouldn't have happened. And I cannot forget Rosemary Wine and Jerry Wine, because without their help and the grant writing and the pushing of myself and Al and Howard, this probably would not have happened either. So I want to thank everybody that's been involved. And I'd just like to have maybe Gail or Alan speak about how this landing actually happened. Because without them, obviously this thing didn't happen. This was an overgrown field of trees. The fire department came down here and took the initiative to clean it up. And from that day, this is what happened. So you guys just give a little synopsis of that.
Well, to be honest with you, it's going to be brief. It started over a cup of coffee. We'd come down here on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, and just stare at this overgrown sumac and pricker bushes, a couple old rock piers. We said, the town owns this. Why aren't we using it? Why is there a gate up there? And Gail says, well, we could always cut the lock and cut all the trees down. And I said, yeah, we could. So we did. And we started, and the guys from the firehouse and the highway department and a lot of local contractors donated machinery, excavators, bulldozers, and we cleared it. And then we got some soil from up at our landfill in the back, and brought that down, and then we brought some more people in. We planted grass. Guys came and watered it after work and before work. Then we had grass. And then Gail says, we can rebuild that pier. I said, we can? He goes, yeah, I designed it. So he showed the designs. So we go to the firehouse meeting, and he says, I need help. I need firemen to come down. We need to rebuild the pier. And the firemen came down, and we rebuilt the pier in about 2 weekends. And that's where we met Rosemary and Jerry. They came walking down, and they were taking pictures. Now, we really didn't have permission to do any of this. So she's taking pictures, and I went, Gail. She goes, what? I said, she's taking pictures. So we're like, oh. So we're out there, there's no railings. It was beer 30. That means at the end of the day, we're having a beer. So they're down here walking. So we walked out, and we said, hi, we're Alan and Gail. They said, hi, we're Rosemary and Jerry. What are you guys doing? We told them. They said, this is great. We said, yeah, you want to come out? So Rosemary and Jerry walked out. There weren't any railings. So they walked out, we met. And in conversation, I said, we're really going to need some grant money. And Rosemary goes, I'm a grant writer. And I said, oh, no. And she took it upon herself. And when Scott said that this coming to fruition had a lot to do with Jerry and Rosemary, because Rosemary went and talked to the people. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. And it was amazing how you did it. And I can't thank you enough. I think we all can't thank you enough for what you've done for us. And then the board got involved, and then here we are. So it all just kind of came together. It really was a great story and a long journey, and it's so good to see it actually come to fruition. So it's great. So that's it.
Al.
So, it's always nice to see these guys anyhow. So this is a dream come true for a lot of people, especially back in 2006 when I became supervisor the first time. I just wanted to shout out to the Trust of Public Land that initiated it to get the two big grants to buy this piece of property, which was about $1 million. $500,000 from Scenic Hudson, $500,000 from Parks and Rec. And as Alan said, then it just took off with Rosemary and as Ed Molinelli says, we had probably the best board in the history of Marlborough to accomplish a lot of things because everybody was on the same page as they are today. So I want to thank Scott for inviting me. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you very much to continue. And you're doing a great job. Appreciate the board, Mr. Zambito, Sheridan, everybody.
Howard, you want to say anything? Thanks, Al.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Just two things. When I see this boat, it's every time I see it, it sends chills down my spine because this was kind of a vision we had that this might happen, but we weren't sure it was going to happen. But we built it, as Gail Appler said this morning. We built it, and they came. Thanks to Eric, they're very interested in this. So it just amazes me that we're here today doing this. It's incredible. I want to thank Eric for all his support on his end. And I want to thank Scott, you and your new team, for just continuing. You've done a great job. I'm so happy that we're standing here today, and under your guidance, we're all together. We're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. That's pretty cool. Pretty amazing.
Thanks, Howard.
Yep.
And I got to have BJ speak because BJ represents Meet Me in Marlborough. He's the one who actually called the cruise companies, arranged to have them come down here, toured them around our town, and got them interested in our town, and led to the contracts that we negotiated. So BJ, can you say a few words?
Thank you, Scott. Yes, as they say in the hotel business, build and they will come. Well, built a pier, and it really didn't take much to persuade, if you will, the cruise lines to get here. We showed them around, and again they said, I had no idea. Now, that's what you want to hear, that they had no idea what we have to offer in this town, Milton and Marlborough. So, yes, as Scott said, I called up 3 different cruise lines. Some of them I've known from the past in the business, and took them around, and including Eric, and I think you at some point referred to southern France. That was interesting, that your observation here. And the same with the other 2 cruise lines. We'll see what comes out of that when we know that another cruise line will be in here next month with 3 calls with pretty much the same capacity as this ship that you see behind us. So we're looking at a great future with the cruise business that I think is such a great new chapter for this town. Revenue is what it's all about, whether it's the cruise line or it's the town, and certainly all our members in this town, not all, but most will benefit from this, because granted, the passengers cannot possibly go and visit every member that we have in Meet Me Marlborough, but the farms, the distilleries, the music, everything we have to offer here, they are embracing it. So it looks like a great future for tourism in this town. Thank you.
Thank you, BJ. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. This has actually been about a year in the making, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a little over a year ago that BJ and Howard and I came down here. We had to crawl across a barge to take a look at the pier. And BJ was kind enough to spend the day with me here. And from that day on, we knew this would be a great place to be. And we look forward to working with BJ to get our guests out to the wineries and all the great places here. Thank you to the board, the previous board that did all this, make this happen. But really, too, thank you to all these guys here. If you haven't been down here the last 2 weeks and seen them working, I've been down here about 3 or 4 times in the last few months, and they've been working hard to get this where it needed to be. So thank you, guys. And we look forward to coming here for a long time.
So, one last thing, I want all my highway guys and water guys, come up here. Come on. I know you're shy, but come up here. Give these guys a hand. I wanted to build on what Eric said. None of this is possible without these guys and other guys, but these guys, without them, none of this would be happening today. The ship wouldn't be able to actually Doc on here, Dave Zambito, get up here. Dave Zambito, Councilman Zambito. All the work he did along this shoreline has been unbelievable. These guys, pavings, walkways, bumper system, fender system, cable systems, they've done it all. And I have to point out one person individually, and that's Gary Lazaroff. The guy is unbelievable. He's a Mr. MacGyver. Anything you ask this guy to do, he does it. Gary, I just want to say hats off to you. Thank you for everything you've done down here. And again, all this wouldn't have happened without these guys and everybody that's standing up here. This is a collaboration of not one person, not two people, but many people. And that's what we do in the town of Marlborough. We come together as a community, we do things as a community, and this is going to be great for our community. So thank you everyone that's up here, thank you everybody that came, and let's have a celebration of American Cruise Line, and let's cut this ribbon there. Come on. And Captain, come on up here. Captain, you can cut it. You guys, come on up here, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I need the champagne. All right, everybody get a group picture. One group picture. Come on, everybody. We got a nice boat behind us to take it back. Everybody get it. Come on, everybody. Tom, come on.